Yo, what's up, gang? We back at it again for another Dokkan battle video, baby. All right, so I'm gonna get into a video of who you should pick with your Dokkan Fest red coins. We got a lot of power players that made it back into the list this time. I'm gonna be going over very briefly on who I think you should pick up and who is absolute waste of your time. Like I said, we got a lot of key easy A's, a lot of power players, a lot of super easy A's on this list. So yeah, like I said, I'm gonna give you my best picks on who I think will be the most viable for the team right now, according to the meta of the game. So yeah, let's get into it. Make sure you guys hit that like button, comment, subscribe, and let's get into the video, gang. All right, so first up on the list, we have LR, AGL, Vegeta, that basically tag Goku and Vegeta that go into Gogeta. So with this guy, 10th anniversary LRs finally made it back here on this list. He leads successors, fuse fighters, or pure Saiyans, and gives the extra stats to gifted warriors or fusion. He's definitely a really good character still. You know, they made these fights to kind of like, you know, counter the 10th anniversary characters, like the Goku Black and Zamasu fight. That was kind of made to, you know, counteract these two, because both of the enemies are the super effective typings to both of the anniversary characters. So that's one fight they can actually get pieced up in. But I mean, nonetheless, like their ability to stack, ability to go into basically the second slot and maybe even the third slot and still be able to actually do what they need to do. And just even going into Super Gogeta with the excellent and nasty buffs, bro. Like, yeah, they've been around for like half a year now, 6 months or more. But these are still very good, viable characters. Even the tag Goku, who's basically a dodge character, put him in slot 1 or whatever slot you need him to go into, and he's pretty much going to dodge 90% of the time. This is a character I would definitely pick up if you're lacking, because like I said, with the Gogeta support, let's pull him up real quick. Yeah, with the Gogeta support right here, you know, foresees enemy super attack, successors, or fusion allies get 4% attack and defense. Let's see, what does his active skill do again? All allies attack and defense by 54%. Like, that's a huge buff, bro. That's a huge buff. That's what makes this guy so valuable, is basically Gogeta itself. Like, this is a very powerful character, and I do recommend picking this guy up with coins if you don't have him. All right, next we're finna get into the fierce clash of burning power. Basically the Saiyan trios, which is Goku, Trunks, and Gohan from the Worldwide Downloads 2024 celebration. These guys, they were... Okay, so very hype character. Very hype moment from the first Broly movie. Excellent support, you know what I'm saying? All allies key +3 in attack by 50%. Could basically go in slot 1 depending on what kind of enemy you're fighting. And if you had this up right here, another movie heroes or all out struggle category ally attacking in the same turn. But this up, they would be able to actually go in slot 1. Not confidently, but if you had no choice, you could put them in slot 1 depending on the situation. And they actually would tank pretty well. I mean, in these newer fights, they kind of fell off, or not kind of, they did fall off a lot. I don't really find myself running these guys nowadays because I don't really have a need. There's just so many better options we could run for the best teams that we're running right now. Now, he did have a very excellent standby, the Super Saiyan Goku. The only thing with these standbys, though, is that they do end up getting power crept pretty easily. I think that's a way for Dokkan to artificially power creep a lot of these characters. This was very good at the time, but now I just don't really see myself using him right now. I mean, unless we have like a better all-out struggle or Super Saiyans category leader. But this is a character I definitely would not recommend picking up with coins, considering that the 10th anniversary characters are on the the Dokkan returning coins list. So I'm gonna go ahead and take these guys out. I wouldn't recommend picking them up. All right, now we got Beast Gohan. We got the boy Beast Gohan. I mean, there's not much to be said about this character. Everybody knows what he does, how good he is, how broken he was on his release. There's not much to say about this character. If you don't have him, I recommend picking him up. This is like a once in a lifetime character that really, there's a lot of like lore behind him, in the sense of we got a physical ultimate beastless Gohan, which basically soured on the community until they released this guy, and it made everything so much better. This is probably the most powerful unit that I've seen on release that's been around since I've been playing the game, and he held it down for 9th anniversary. He held it down in these shorter fights, but now that we got these longer fights for 10th anniversary, his stocks kind of plummeted a lot, and a lot of these enemies are hitting dumb hard turn 1. So I can see that's a way they're kind of trying to phase him out, unless they bring back some more short form content like Battle Hard and Formidable Foes. He's really good in that event. That's like a modern day extreme super battle road. He's really good in this event, and I definitely pick him up regardless, because if they ever go back to short form content, which they will, he's going to be a great viable option. He's still really good till this day, and he can tank, and he can go in slot 1 a lot. So Beast Gohan, I definitely recommend you pick this guy up for sure. Now, all out final battles. So these are the We Saiyans Have No Limits meme character. This is a character that came out in 2023 for the worldwide downloads. In their prime, they were literally the best character for the Dismal Future Red Zone, which was the Int Fusion Zamasu. I mean, let's remember that boss was hitting so hard that it was killing a lot of units in the game. Like a lot of units were getting their cheeks clapped against that guy. But these guys right here, this duo, they held it down slot 1. Yes, their damage was abysmal. Was barely breaking 3 million. 2 million on a good turn, right? Their guys' damage was horrible, but they were defensive gods. Could go in slot 1, can tank the super, or they just dodge it. The only thing that really sours on this character is the fact that they made us go above and beyond just to get into Vegito. And I'd probably say like 90% of the time I didn't even see Vegito. I mean, look at this. Can be activated when HP is 70% or less starting from the 5th turn from the character's entry. That's not even start of battle. That's from the character's entry. So say you get this guy in slot 7, you're not seeing this till like at least like, man, you won't be seeing this if you get him in slot 7, because the fights were so short at the time. Or when there's another Future Saga category ally in the same turn, or a Future Saga enemy starting from the 7th turn from the character's entry. Like, what were they thinking when they made these guys? No fight at that time was going barely. It would barely go past turn 7 if you didn't get obliterated by then. Yeah, this character I definitely wouldn't pick up. This is definitely one of the most memeable characters in the game, of the game's history. When they get an easy A, we'll see how well they are. Like I said, do not forget the fact that they held it down in the Dismal Future meta. The Dismal Future meta, these guys were defensive gods. Let's not forget, but now they're complete fodder. So I would not recommend picking these guys up. When it comes time for their easy A, we'll talk. But for now, these guys are benched big time. All right, so now we have the LR gods, the 7th anniversary gods. If you do not have these guys, I recommend picking them up. If you've been playing for like a cool minute, I'd probably assume you'd have these guys rainbowed already. I'd even pick these guys up with a coin if I didn't have them. Like, they're just that good, bro. They're good in Festival of Battles. They're good for all these other longer forms of content. When they go into their blue form, they're holding it down even more, especially in fights where you could dodge. I mean, look at what they're doing, bro. Like, I've seen them do at least like 7 or 8 attacks in one turn. You know what I'm saying? All these rainbow key spheres, orb changing. They get attack and defense per key sphere. Not even type key sphere, just key sphere. Like, their kit is so free that you're not gonna have any trouble running these guys at all. So if you don't have these guys, I'd recommend picking them up for sure. For sure. These are dominant 7th year easy A's, and they're gonna be made to last this entire year. So hurry up and get them if you haven't gotten them already. All right, now Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta and Future Trunks. Their easy A literally just dropped like 2 days ago, I believe. At the time of this recording, I believe it's been 2 days. Now, with their easy A, this is what we've been waiting for a long time. And from what I can remember, on release, they were so broken. I'm telling you, like, this was like when the Red Zone was still a thing, or Red Zone Broly, I'd say, was still like one of the hardest bosses in the game. These guys held it down slot 1, bro. These guys are slot 1 gods. They held it down back then, and they're holding it down now. I'm telling you, in slot 1, this is where you want them. Because let's check this out. In slot 1, wait, this is not their easy A, is it? Hold on. Here we go. So yeah, as a first attacker on a turn, they get an additional attack and defense by 200% with 30% damage reduction. So in their first 3 turns, they literally have like 60% damage reduction. On top of the fact that they're already building up their attack and defense. When attacking with 24 key, bond of parent and child category allies get defense by 30%. So not only are they stacking, not only do they give support, but they're also a slot 1 character. Bro, if you guys do not have this character, I'd make him your top priority. Vegeta and Trunks, these guys, this is a top priority character right here. So don't sleep. If you have the coins, drop them on these boys now. I'm talking expeditiously right now. Okay, next up on the list, we have Super Easy A Physical VB. So with this guy, he is a great, like another greater Vegito character. He's better than the AGL Vegito that we got for the anniversary. This guy, he he stacks his attack. And then on top of that, he's also giving super class allies 40% attack and defense for 2 turns. He has 2-turn support. He can tank the normals, dish them back with his counters, and he's critting at the same time. He's building up that attack by launching the additional supers. Like this guy is actually kind of crazy. I ain't gonna hold you. Would I recommend you pick him up? I wouldn't pick him up with coins. Definitely do not waste your coins on this guy. But if you have those free global stones that Dokkan's been giving us, use those. Grab a copy with those free global stones. Do not waste your coins on this guy. He's good, but not Dokkan Fest coins good. You know what I mean? But yes, I definitely recommend picking him up if you don't have him already. He's a good Future Saga and Fuse Fighters character. All right, now we're getting into Goku Black Rose. This guy, I mean, he's got defense everywhere, guaranteed additional. All allies keep +3 attack and defense by 30%. And the thing is, I'm noticing with a lot of these Super Easy A's, they're now making them to where they are giving some form of support while also being able to hold their own defensively outside of slot 1. And I can appreciate that. Not everything needs to be a slot 1, but the fact that he's giving super class allies 20% chance to crit, an extreme class 20% chance to crit for 2 turns, while on top of building his damage reduction within the turn, giving himself crit, and then upping his attack to 300%. And then he gets a 200% defense when receiving an attack. Like, bro, a lot of these characters, like, they know how hard these enemies are hitting, so they're making these characters on par to withstand some of these big bosses. And that's what I like about this guy. He's an excellent addition to the super bosses team. And I definitely, like I said, same thing with Physical VB. Do not pick him up with coins. Do not pick him up with coins. Pick him up with your free global stones if you haven't used them already. He's a good and excellent pick. I definitely recommend you get a copy. All right, now we got Tech, Goku, and Vegeta that go into Vegito. There's not much to say about this guy. Again, I mean, he probably has one of the highest damage thresholds in the game once you go into Vegito. I mean, you have his active skill, which basically is a team protector. All the attacks are going on him, and he counters with tremendous power, and his counters go up every time, and they're guaranteed crits, bro. Guaranteed crits. Like, is there nothing that this guy can't do? And yeah, same thing like 10th anniversary Vegeta. He does get pieced up in some of these newer pieces of content because they're hitting so hard right out the gate. And on top of that, they're making these fights to counter these characters. You know what I mean? So if these guys get locked out of a slot that they need to be in, it's pretty much done diddly dooski. And yeah, I mean, defensively, they're not on top anymore, which is one of their main weaknesses. Like AoEs, slot locking is definitely their main weakness, but he's still an excellent pickup. If I've been wanting to pick up an extra copy of him, but I don't have enough coins. But if I did have enough coins, I'd definitely pick up an extra copy of this guy. Or if you don't have him, pick up a copy, because he's still pretty good on a Fuse Fighters team for sure. All right, now we got Legendary Super Saiyan Broly. He is from the part 2 of the Worldwide Downloads 2024 celebration. This is when Uncontrollable Power was actually that team. He did end up leading that team for sure. Thing is though, Uncontrollable Power, it's not really the top team in the game anymore. They haven't really gotten any like good valid 220% leaders. So this is not a guy I would definitely be pressed on picking up. If he does come back on banners and you get him, okay, sure, but I would not waste my coins on this guy at all. Yeah, during the last half of 2024, I can't talk. Uncontrollable power was literally eating up the game, bro. Against Goku and Frieza, they were eating up the game, but now they're not that team anymore, so I wouldn't recommend picking this guy up. All right, so this is the 9th anniversary DBS Super Saiyan Broly. Defensively, he's fallen off pretty hard. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, his base form, he's pretty butt cheeks, but when he goes into his full power form, that's when he can start looking a lot better offensively and defensively. But this is not a character I'd waste on your coins. You know what I mean? I mean, he's going to be getting an Easy A 12th anniversary. So, I mean, he's going to be on so many banners up until then. So I just wait. Wait like 2 more years. And by then he'll be a lot better. So I would do not pick this guy up with coins. All right, same thing with Infinite Zamasu, a 2023 worldwide downloads character. Held it down during the Dismal Future Red Zone era. Definitely not a character I would pick up with stones just because, or pick up with my coins. Same thing with the Blue Bros. He's going to be a lot better once his Easy A is coming around. But for now, he kind of fell off defensively. I ain't going to hold you. He definitely has fallen off defensively, and he gets tagged by a lot of these bosses pretty hard. So I wouldn't recommend picking him up because, like I said, he's going to be on a ton of more banners closer to his Easy A. So I just wait until then. All right, now we got the Super Saiyan 4s, bro. One of the better Easy A's that came out of this whole year so far. I mean, I definitely put them above the gods. It's just the fact that you can go into Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, stack him up enough, and he's doing max damage counters. Like, this guy is literally insane, bro. His nullifications are actually going brazy, man. You know what I'm saying? The thing with these guys is that they're on GT Heroes and Fuse Fighters, so they're probably on 2 of the best teams in the game. So that means their stocks are just infinitely higher. So I definitely pick them up with coins if you haven't gotten them already. If you're done summoning and haven't pulled them, I'd pick them up with stones or coins, my bad. Now, Angel Goku to Angel Vegeta. This is another good Easy A that came through last year, or at the end of last year during the worldwide download celebration. This character has kind of fallen off a lot in terms like defensively. In their base form, sure, they can greatly raise attack and stack attack and raise defense. But just because these bosses are hitting so hard turn 1, it's going to be kind of hard for them to like survive and hide them. But once you get into Gogeta, like he's looking a lot better for sure. He can still get tagged a little bit, but it's rare that I've ever seen this guy get killed, especially in some of this newer content. I haven't run him that much, but in some of these newer fights, it's rare that I see this version get killed. Would I pick him up with coins? Probably not. They're not worth it for the coins anymore. Back in their prime, yes. Prime Easy A, yes, but they're not worth it with coins anymore. All right, now this is the new Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta we just got Easy A'd. Now with this guy, so when I was doing my showcase the other day, I noticed how he can get pretty tossed with, you know, AoEs. Anytime he gets hit before he has a chance to attack after his first turn, then he's looking pretty weak defensively. Because think about it, on his first turn, he has 80% damage reduction on his first turn. After that, he only has 40, and you can tell the difference because Goku Black AoEs are absolutely eating this guy alive, man. And don't even think about putting him in slot 1 because outside of slot 2 and 3, he's not getting that additional attack and defense by 250%. So he's pretty much a fish in slot 1. And another theme I'm kind of seeing with a lot of these Easy A's and these characters is that they're making bosses that will lock you. And if this guy gets locked in slot 1, you're done. Like, you're legitimately done if he gets locked in slot 1. That's what I've been kind of noticing in my showcase the other day. But in slot 2 and 3, he's a pretty good character. I like his Easy A. His counters are actually on point, bro. Like, his counters are almost hitting like 50 million crit. The highest I've seen was 49, and that was on one of my showcases. But would I pick him up with coins? I pick up like 1 copy. If you can spare 1 copy, I'd pick him up with coins for sure. All right, now we got Buhan right here. I mean, everybody knows how good this guy was. Is he worth picking up with coins? I mean, he kind of has fallen off defensively a little bit. I mean, think about it. This character, he's been out for like, what, 7-8 months now? And the teams that he's on, I mean, he is on Inhuman Deeds, I believe. Is he on Inhuman Deeds? No, he's not. Let's see. He's on Power Absorption and Worldwide Chaos. No, wait, yeah. Does Omega lead? Yeah, Omega leads Power Absorption and Worldwide Chaos. So he's on Omega Shenron's 220, but he doesn't have any really good linking partners on that team. So if you want to pick him up with coins, you can. I think he only costs like 200, and he's a really good pickup because he does so much damage. So I'd recommend. I'd vouch for this guy for sure. All right, now you got the Super Saiyan 4 Goku, another fresh Super EZA. I don't know why a lot of people are hating on this character. He seems pretty good to me. You know what I'm saying? He's giving, allies attack by 40%, launches a guaranteed additional super. He could even hit up to like triple supers on some like good instances. He crits pretty frequently. Good crit, he's stacking attack and defense, and he has a high chance of nullifying a super attack, which he's more consistent than the Vegeta portion that I found. But would I pick him up with the coins? No. I wouldn't pick him up with the coins because you could get him with your global stones. The free global stones they gave us, you can pick him up with that. So I wouldn't recommend getting this guy with coins. Same thing with the Vegeta. They pretty much do one and the same, except that Goku stacks attack. No, the Goku stacks defense and this guy stacks attack. Goku's giving allies attack and this Vegeta's giving allies defense. I mean, these characters are pretty much one and the same. Would I pick them up with coins? No. Same thing with this guy. Get him with your global stones for free. All right, now this Omega Shenron right here. This guy is legitimately the super demon, bro. Like, I'm talking quad supers, 68 to 80 million attacks with crits. The only thing is this guy cannot tank a super, bro. Like, this guy's defense is low key abysmal, and I'm kind of sad about that. Yeah, I wish they just gave him or pushed his defensive numbers up a little bit more. Good thing is though, he is giving full power and GT bosses allies attack by 40%, and then additional 20% for extreme class. So that's 60% attack buff. Would I pick him up with your stones? No, because you can pick him up with your global coins. I feel like that'd be a better pickup. So get him with your global coins. Or I mean your global stones. My bad. my bad. Now, Sin Shenron, the 7th anniversary banner unit, Sin Shenron. I like this guy. He is absolutely bonkers. I'm talking bonkers, bro. Like, they did his EZA justice. And this is exactly what we needed from a villain character. We needed a character like this because we have a lot of Omega Shenrons on the team. And this Sin Shenron will literally bridge the gap between all these other Omegas and make them a little more viable. Getting them like all their links up. And what this guy does is crazy, bro. Like, I've seen him quad super, getting up to almost 50 million attack stats. You know what I'm saying? Like, his kit is pretty much free. He's a rainbow orb changer. And he's not restricted to just type key spheres. It's just key spheres in general. So with this guy on the field, it's easy to hit all of his passive. This is one of the more free characters, especially a banner unit, that I've seen in a long time. GT bosses stocks went up with this guy. Would I pick him up with coins? Most def. If you don't have this character, I'd pick him up with coins. For sure. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, why would you pick him up with coins? Don't do that. No. If you've seen the showcases and you've seen how well this guy can do, he tanked a Goku Black Super, bro. After supering 4 times, he tanked a Goku Black Super. Stop playing, guys. Pick this boy up with coins right now. Stop playing. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the who would I pick with my red coins. Like I said, my top picks are Gogeta, the LR AGL Vegeta, Beast Gohan, the 7th year gods, Vegeta and Trunks, Vegito Blue, this Goku Black right here, Tech Vegito, the 7th year GT guys, and Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, Buhan, and Sin Shinron. Those are my picks. And I think these are all pretty solid picks for the red coins, because some of the best characters in the game are out on these in the shop right now. So like I said, if you're trying to wonder on who you should pick, those are my picks right there. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. I'm gonna do another one of these for the carnival coins, so just be on the lookout for that video. And I'm also finishing up a beginners video, like a beginner's guide video. It'll be pretty short and to the point, but I just wanted to get that out for all the newer players. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Hit that like button, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.